Now, one of the words of the Quran in Surah Al-Fatiha, Maaliki Yawm, Allah is the owner of the Day of Judgment, or Allah is the judge of the Day of Judgment. The Day of Judgment will be the biggest ever court on this earth, because this Yawmul Qiyamah on this earth, we all will be out from the graves with the soul and body, and we will be judging by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God Almighty Allah will be the biggest ever Day of Judgment. That will be the biggest ever Day of Judgment. And that Day of Judgment will be 50,000 years of our reckoning, our counting. And another thing also, that this is our next life. The Day of Judgment will be our last life. Because the Quran said, Awwal and Akhir. Awwal means this first, and Akhir means this the last. There is no other life we have. Because Allah said in the Quran, Subhanalladhi khalaqal azwaja kullaha, that Allah blesses He, glorify He, who created everything in the pair. So our life is in pair. This is our life, and then we have another life which is a pair of our life. And the life means is the body and soul. When the body and soul are together, that's called the life. When the body is separate from the soul, that's called the death. Now some people are trying to wrong the Quran because they bring some hadith, and this hadith is telling them that the soul will come back in the grave and the person will be going to alive. And then by that way they are rejecting the idea of the Quran, the belief of the Quran, that we have only two lives. And not just that they are rejecting the verses of the Quran, they are also accusing Allah of being unjust. Because Allah said that Allah will put the Day of Judgment, He will call the witnesses, and when the person will be guilty, he will be thrown in the hellfire. But those people are trying to say that the soul is coming back and the person become alive, and then he will be given the actual punishment. And they are making in their belief that the Day of Judgment will have no use anymore because the punishment already started here. What is the Azab-e Qabr is that the soul will be punished. And the soul is being punished right now also in this world. The people who are making suicide because their soul being punished because of their disbelief. So how the soul will be punished? The soul will be also said that you are going in the hellfire, and because of that news, the soul is going to be tortured. They'll be feel unhappy, and then the question and answer will be to the soul. But the real punishment, the actual punishment, the physical punishment, it cannot be, because it is the justice of Allah. Allah will not give punishment until Allah will prove to those evil people that they're guilty and they deserve to be a punishment, the actual punishment. Like for example, the police caught you, the police bring you to the lockup, and the police started to implement the punishment on those accused. We call this injustice, because the police should bring the criminal to the court, and when there are witness and there is guilty, then they will be given the actual punishment. So Allah is the most just. That's why He is not going to punish people physically, actually, until the Day of Judgment. Even the Quran said that Ali Fir'aun are being presented to the hell, and they are saying that you will be entering this in the Day of Judgment. Not right now. So it is the system of Allah. In case of the blessings, Allah can enter the soul of martyr in paradise with the body of the birds. But the hellfire or the real punishment will only be given after the Day of Judgment and not before the Day of Judgment. The punishment of the soul is the Azab-e Qabr. Azab-e Qabr means is the punishment of the soul. Like example, when you are sleeping, you are half dead, because the Prophet said, "An-nawmu nisful maut." The sleeping is half of the death. So when you are sleeping, you are half dead, and you see the dream, somebody asking question, the policeman ask you question, then they beat you. But this is not on your body, it's not actual. When you wake up, you don't see anything in your body, that there was some punishment in you in the dream. So Azab-e Qabr is like to the soul and not to the body. So it's something similar to a dream. The Azab-e Qabr is something similar to dream. The dream which is when you are dead half and it's everything happened to your soul. How is possible when you are totally dead, 100% dead, there is no soul in your body, and how is going to be actual? Rather, it should be spiritual to your soul, and that is the meaning of Azab-e Qabr. The Azab-e Qabr is to the grave, to the soul, and not to the body. May Allah guide us, may Allah forgive us.